Good afternoon. This is a fairly fast-paced session, so my role really will be to try to set some context for my colleagues as they talk about the expos that they will be rolling out in their respective countries, regions, and cities, and also to them directly and through them to us to throw out a challenge. As I look at smart cities, I'm not convinced that cities are necessarily going to make people smarter. I am convinced, however, that people have the capacity to make cities smarter. And that's where I'm really going to start from this morning, in that I think the challenge to us, to you, is really, and I've heard this pretty consistently for the last day and a half, is really around leadership. Who speaks for cities? Who speaks for smart cities? In a way, everyone and no one. And my view is we lead by example. Every single person in this room is a city builder, is a planner. You don't have to have a degree in planning. We are planners. We're city builders. And quite frankly, we are leaders, and we're crying out at the municipal level for leaders who are visionary. I think the real measure of success, quite frankly, is very similar to running a marathon. I'm running the Tokyo and London marathons in the spring, and it's not that difficult to finish. The real challenge, the real measure of strength is the courage to start. So as we start in our respective countries and cities, it's about getting to that starting line. That's where we need vision and leadership. We're looking for leadership and leaders who are prepared to challenge the process. We want to challenge the way things have always been done. We want to look for new opportunities and be prepared to take risks. People don't like to take risks. This is about risk-taking. This is about putting ourselves out there and trying, playing it safe. My own discipline is full of people who play it safe. I'm a planner. We pick some nice middle ground. That's not what this is. We can't play it safe. We have to be prepared to take risks, to challenge ourselves, to challenge others, to develop a shared vision. And it's not just where we're going to, it's how we get there. It's about the voyage as well as the end, and that to me is what Smart Cities is all about as well. We want to set the example. We want to deliver, and I've heard this all day yesterday, small victories. You're only as good as what happened yesterday. You have to build community by community by community, and the whole eventually gets to be greater than the sum of its parts. We want leaders who have passion. We want leaders who care and will collaborate, and quite frankly are prepared to give power away. Leadership is not about pulling all the power together and owning it. That's not the type of leadership we're talking about. We're actually talking about divesting power and control and what I would call flat leadership. You get it by giving it away, by letting communities own, by building capacity. So quite frankly, I would argue the expert is not very important at the end, because that ownership and capacity has been built from the grassroots up. That's what leadership is. That's what I would challenge our representatives here and you to look at as we look ahead. City building is about the schizophrenic existence where we live in the present, we respect the past, and we try to look ahead, all the while standing on quicksand. That's the role of a city builder. So leadership is also about structure. I'm not going to negate the fact that the way our municipalities are organized, quite frankly, do not necessarily allow us to do the kind of capacity building that we want. In my own country, Canada, which I would say is a fairly progressive city in terms of local government, the last institutional presence we had at the federal level was in 1972, where we had a Ministry of State for Urban Affairs. That's the last time there was a coordinated federal effort around building a city agenda where, by the way, 80% of the population in Canada live. How do we recreate? How do we push? How do we develop that? Leadership is not a job description. We're pretty good at problem solving. My suspicion is there's a lot of pragmatic, effective problem solvers in this room. But in fact, what we have done at the same time is we've negated the whole role of everyone here as visionary. We inspire others. We talk about what might be and what should be. What planners and what city builders do is lead us from somewhere through process to somewhere else, and it's the voyage. Too often we simply accommodate what is the norm. We are change agents, and I would argue no one really likes change. We can talk about it, but I really like things the way they always were. It's more comfortable. Yet that's the field and that's the business we're in. We're trying to change, we're trying to move somewhere. So again, as we look ahead, not just in this room in Barcelona, not just in the cities and regions where we will be having expos over the next year and a half, but really I'm challenging you to do a couple of things. I'm challenging you as leaders to do just that. Question the process, search for opportunities, take risks, inspire a shared vision, build the capacity so that others own the vision with us. We are not the owners of the vision. We foster collaboration. I'm always surprised by my own students. When they give a presentation, I put up my hand at the end and I say, I have one question. And my question is, what do you think? And there is dead silence. And they say, we have all the data. We can tell you what the data, I don't care what the data says. What do you think? And we are not very good, quite frankly, as educators or practitioners. We don't ask, what do you think? And therefore, it's no wonder that we think in the silos that we've heard about for the last few days. We enable others to act. We foster collaboration, cooperation. We build strength in others. We model the way. We set the example. We plan small victories. And fourth is a phrase that I would say, we encourage the heart. We celebrate accomplishments. So through my colleagues into their respective expo locations and through you, I would leave you with one thought. There is a parade going on out there in each of our cities. There are leaders, there are followers, and there are people just watching the parade go by. Some people don't even know that it's going on. That parade is your life. What role do you want to play in helping cities build people and people turn around and make where we all live better environments? I challenge you. Thank you.
Dr. Cosney, thank you very much for that impassioned opener. Brilliant stuff. Okay, I'd like to introduce our 5 representatives who are each going to speak for a couple of minutes about their vision of the future of the smart city. So we have Miguel Enseñat, the Regional President of Mallorca, Frederico Lacerda, President of the Curitiba Development Agency in Brazil, Mohamed Jauri, the General Director of Events and Animation in Casablanca, Morocco, Michelle Chain, the Secretary of Competitiveness, Labour and Economic Development in Puebla State Government in Mexico, and Marcelo Patricio Funes is the Deputy Secretary of Ministry, Technology and Innovation in Buenos Aires, Argentina. So, may I first welcome to the podium Miguel Enseñat, who's the Regional President of Mallorca.
Muchísimas gracias. Molt bon dia a tots y totes. Muy buenos días. La verdad es que sería un mal embajador de Mallorca si no aprovechara el auditorio para invitar a todo el mundo a venir a Mallorca, ¿no? Como saben ustedes, una destinación turística muchas veces centrada o que nos conocen por el sol y la playa, cuando la verdad es que en Mallorca tenemos muchísimas más cosas que sol y playa, ¿no? Patrimonio, por ejemplo, 1/3 del suelo de la isla está declarado Patrimonio Mundial. Y una ocasión excelente es venir a debatir, como ya se hizo el año pasado, sobre la realidad insular, porque cuando nos sentamos a hablar diferentes islas del mundo, sean del Mediterráneo, del Pacífico o de cualquier sitio, pues compartimos muchísimas problemáticas y muchas veces una misma realidad. Y entonces se trata ni más ni menos que de eso, ¿no? De sentarnos en torno a una pregunta: ¿cómo puede la tecnología mejorar nuestra gestión en torno a lo que son el tratamiento de todo el ciclo del agua, desde las redes a la depuración, el tratamiento de residuos, medio ambiente, movilidad, ¿no? Y eso fue lo que hicimos el año pasado, donde conseguimos reunir a más de 70 islas de todo el mundo con más de 1.300 participantes. Y a partir de ahí pues vamos a hacer la segunda edición, que se va a hacer el próximo mes de abril, y donde nos gustaría contar, por supuesto, con su participación y sobre todo con su participación activa en ese proceso que tenemos de reflexión, ¿no? Con un objetivo, que es la aplicación de esa tecnología a nuestro día a día, a la mejora de lo que es la gestión, pero sobre todo a la mejora de la calidad de vida de nuestros ciudadanos y de nuestras ciudadanas. Les espero en Mallorca. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much, Mr. Enseña. Next up, we have Frederico Lacerda, who is the president of the Curitiba Development Agency in Brazil.
Hello, everybody. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here representing Curitiba and the Mayor Rafael Greca at the Smart City Expo, the world-leading event for smart cities. Curitiba has always been known for its innovation, from urban planning and public transports to environmental programs. And after the speech, I would like to say that we accept the challenge to make the city a better environment for the people who live there. But the best person to speak about it is the mayor himself, who are going to tell you welcome to everybody.
Olá, eu sou Rafael Greca, prefeito de Curitiba, a cidade no sul do Brasil que já foi distinguida pela ONU com o Prêmio Mundial do Habitat, através do iCities. E em nome da Municipalidade de Curitiba, eu venho convidar os participantes da Feira Barcelona para virem a Curitiba em 28 de fevereiro e 1º de março de 2018. Bem-vindos a Curitiba!
Thank you. Hope to see you all in Curitiba next year.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lacerda, and for the brilliant video. Okay, next up, we're going to hear from Mohamed Jahari, who's General Director of Events and Animation in Casablanca, Morocco.
Good morning, everybody. Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour. Permettez-moi aujourd'hui de me présenter devant vous pour vous parler de Smart City Casablanca. Mais pour parler de Smart City Casablanca, je souhaiterais d'abord vous parler de Casablanca, la capitale économique du Maroc, qui est en fait le premier pôle économique du Maroc et également la première place financière d'Afrique. Et avec une position géographique exceptionnelle et une stabilité politique reconnue. Et pour renforcer cette dynamique, ce qu'il faut savoir, c'est que le Casablanca a lancé un plan de développement très ambitieux, aux alentours de 3,5 milliards d'euros pour les 5 années à venir, avec 4 axes stratégiques, la plateforme, le cadre de vie, l'excellence économique et l'animation. Et bien entendu, avec 4 leviers, aussi stratégiques que les axes que je viens de citer, à savoir la bonne gouvernance, le financement innovant, la gestion moderne et le marketing territorial. Et c'est dans ce levier-là et la mise en œuvre de marketing territorial que la ville de Casablanca a lancé depuis octobre 2016 sa marque territoriale, Oui Casablanca, et son plan d'action qui est étalé sur 2 ans. Et c'est dans le cadre de ce plan d'action sur 3 ans que la ville de Casablanca a lancé un certain nombre d'événements majeurs, que ce soit sportifs, culturel ou bien business. Et justement, le Smart City Casablanca rentre dans le cadre des événements business au niveau de la ville de Casablanca. Et j'ai l'honneur de vous présenter aujourd'hui la 3e édition de Smart City, puisque notre première édition a été lancée avec FIRA de Barcelone depuis 2015. D'ailleurs, c'est une histoire d'amour avec FIRA de Barcelone qui dure depuis justement 2015 et connaîtra, Inch'Allah, l'année prochaine la 3e édition sous le thème « Ville à vivre et innovation citoyenne ». Ce thème s'est imposé à nous parce qu'on a remarqué qu'aujourd'hui, les villes doivent faire face et doivent s'organiser pour réinventer leur capacité à solutionner les problèmes et à tracer collectivement les perspectives qui donnent sens à la ville à vivre, en encourageant aussi bien les formes d'innovation et que la collaboration avec les différents acteurs publics, privés, sociétés civiles et acteurs associatifs. L'objectif de ce thème est justement de présenter toutes les innovations mondiales et les réalisations qui sont faites en matière d'infrastructures numériques et génie civil et animation, avec un objectif principal, c'est faciliter son utilisation et voire même son appropriation par les citoyens et encourager l'innovation sociale et culturelle. Donc sur le thème ville à vivre et innovation citoyenne, nous allons aborder 5 thématiques principales: le développement durable, l'innovation urbaine et nouvelles technologies, technologie civique et participation citoyenne et société collaborative. Et le 5e thème, l'espace public commun. Et bien entendu, en parallèle à cela, la ville de Casablanca se caractérise dans son organisation par 2 moments forts qui sont cette fois-ci en direction du grand public, c'est-à-dire pour les Casablancais et les visiteurs de Casablanca, à savoir Smart City Connect et Smart City Hackathon. Donc, je vous donne rendez-vous à tous le 18 et le 19 avril 2018 à Casablanca, terre d'opportunité. Oui, Casablanca. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Michelle Chain, Secretary of Competitiveness, Labour and Economic Development in Puebla State Government in Mexico. Please give Ms. Chain a round of applause.
Thank you very much. I know it's a complex name for the ministry, but I didn't choose it, so here we are. Thank you. On behalf of Mr. Tony Galli, the governor of Puebla City, it's a pleasure to be here. And I want to start stating the obvious. Latin America is not Europe, and Puebla, regardless is a lovely city, is not Barcelona. So I think that everyone can aspire to live in a better, more livable, more healthy, more equal city. And in order to achieve this result, we need to start thinking different. If we keep making the same things, we are not going to get any different results. In that sense, the Smart City Latin American Congress that is going to be held in Puebla on September 11, 12, and 13 of 2018 is aiming to that objective. How we can foster the objectives to have more smarter cities in Latin America that are tools in order to open the gates for social participations, tools to achieve a flatter leaderships, as you said, tools to build more social and equal societies, and yes, of course, ways to figure out how to use technology in order to achieve social equality. If we don't respect that kind of reality, all this discussion keeps in a very limited level. If we want to foster, to build better societies and to be a better continent in Latin America, we have to use all this communication, we have to use all these tools, and we have to use all the mental capacity of all the participants in order to achieve that. So in Puebla, we are going to have more than 100 national and subnational governments. We are going to have 250 nationals and international cities participations. We're going to have 220 speakers and also 140 companies. We are expecting to have 12,000 collaboration and participation in our Congress. So I think it's time to begin to do things different. It's time to begin to think different. And of course, it's time to receive you, all of you, in Puebla. So, los esperamos en Puebla. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chain. Okay, our final speaker is Marcelo Patricia Funes, who is the Secretary of Ministry Technology and Innovation in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Buenas tardes a todos. En nombre de la Ciudad de Buenos Aires y representando a nuestro alcalde Horacio Rodríguez Larreta y nuestro ministro Andrés Freire, les traigo un cálido saludo desde Argentina. Bueno, como una imagen dice más que 1000 palabras, les queríamos mostrar cómo fue la Expo de Smart City en Buenos Aires y aprovechar este momento para invitarlos para el 2018, que la vamos a hacer nuevamente. Quería agradecer a todo el equipo de FIRA Barcelona, en especial a Ricard por confiar en nosotros, y entendemos que una ciudad inteligente es una ciudad en la cual mejora la calidad de vida de las personas. Por eso creemos que estos espacios nos sirven mucho para adquirir experiencia de otras ciudades y así poder mejorar día a día. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, Mr. Funes, and to all of our speakers. One more round of applause to all our representatives.